This is the prologue of Emily Frankel's novel, Heart City OK. Night lights were blazing down on the empty field. The green was greener. The trees that surrounded the stadium with their black branches and dark leaves seemed to be holding up the moon. It wasn't quite midnight, but on the closely cropped grass there was already dew that picked up the blazing night lights and transformed the playing area into a huge emerald rug. The man on the ladder that was propped against the scoreboard called to the woman standing below him. "You got anything I can cut this with?" She called back, "I've got scissors." "The cord's too thick." "What about the penknife in the glove compartment of your car?" "Right, hang on." "I'll get it," the woman called as she headed for the car they'd parked near the entrance. He called out, "Gee, hate to take this down," as he detached the corner of canvas sign that proclaimed Indian Festival of Tulsa. On his high perch, surveying the fairyland of field and bleachers, he felt like the king of the realm. He pictured the kids. 200 of them had been dancing the tribal dances. He smiled, remembering the speech the woman had given, the way it echoed, the proud look of her as she led the audience, 6,000 voices, into "I pledge allegiance, one nation under God, liberty and justice." A shrill, awful cry pierced the air. It tore his heart, his brain. It hit him so hard that he cringed, closed his eyes for a mere second, and when he opened them, a gang, a bunch of men, or were they boys? A monstrous creature with more legs, arms, heads than he could count, was on the woman, tearing at her, ripping her clothes, forcing her legs apart, while one of them pulled out a gleaming knife and cut off her underwear. The man screamed. It cleaved the air. They swarmed over to him, cursing and taunting him. They took the ladder. He held on tight. The ladder pulled loose from the scoreboard and swayed back and forth across the moon, tilting further and further. He couldn't hold on. The night air burned his skin, and his body arced out in space and fell. He woke on the emerald grass. Tears, blood blurred his eyes. Faces loomed above him. A face, a tow-haired kid with a knife, was laughing. Hideous laughter. The kid's foot in a boot came down on his face, pinning him into the gravel. Spitting out dirt, he saw someone sit on her face. He saw naked buttocks straddling her, mouths on her naked breasts, heads, hands, penises at her crotch. He yelled, he shouted. He struggled to get up. The foot in the boot kicked him in the balls. With every ounce of strength he could muster, he wriggled out from under the boot as they rolled her over. They took turns mounting, humping, pumping at every orifice, every fold, every crease of her flesh. Blinded by the dirt, blood pouring from his forehead, he heard her screaming, caught glimpses of her arms flailing, their arms, legs, hands, feet pinioning her, saw the glittering blade of the knife, heard the voices yelling, chanting, "Nigger, bitch, Indian cunt, get her, scalp her." He saw the tow-haired guy pull her long hair taut like black silk yarn, yank her head back, saw the knife cutting in, hacking, slashing, hacking. His scream became one long scream, blending with hers. The hand rose up triumphantly, holding a hank of hair, a bloody, black, dark, dripping swath of hair and scalp. A red, dark wave swept over him. The man didn't know that everything in his life, everything he stood for, had changed. Everything went black. Well, that's a role I'd like to play in the film if I ever get the chance.